From locking lips with Claire for the first time on their wedding day in Outlander, to turning a basketball match into a kissing spree with Mira in Love Again, here are Sam Heughan's best kissing scenes revealed. It's crazy how the actor made his wedding kiss with Miss Beecham seem like one of the most romantic moments ever to exist in Outlander. You gotta give it to Heughan for not only making Jamie Fraser's character seem strong and irresistible as a protector, but also revealing a vulnerable side to him that leaves his wife no option but to fall head over heels in love with the guy. Now, after 6 episodes of intensely burning looks and aching desire, Jamie and Claire find themselves marrying each other. Not because of love, of course, but it's all part of a desperate scheme to save the Sassenach from Blackjack Randall. So keeping the terms of the marriage in mind, you'd think the ceremony would be dead as hell, right? Well, not when Sam Heughan's the fiancé. You see, the Highlander's eyes are locked on Claire the whole time. It's clear from the moment she gets to Leoch, Fraser's built a boyish crush on her. And, judging by how nervous he seems during the wedding, it seems like the kissing part is what he's been waiting for the most. But still staying true to his gentlemanly nature, he doesn't pounce on his future wife when the moment comes, but he slowly inches towards her as if he's asking her for her permission without any words being said. And when she doesn't stop him, he pulls her in. Gosh, Jamie's kiss speaks volumes. The moment's like a confession and a call and response, wrapped up in one passionate lip lock. Hell, even Claire gets stunned, and it takes her a minute to get back to reality. Safe to say, this kiss kick-started a whole bunch of steamy moments between the couple. Like the time when they both make up after the Highlander apologizes for hitting his wife. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Fraser may have their fair share of intense fights, but the time he spanks his wife for not following his instructions leaves a huge mark on their romance. Thankfully, Jamie realizes how wrong the old-fashioned custom is and falls to his knees in front of Claire, literally begging for forgiveness. He holds a knife to his heart and makes a vow saying, "If ever my hand is raised in rebellion again, then I ask that this holy iron may pierce my heart." That's all it takes for his wife to finally cave, and she instantly locks her lips with his. What makes this kiss so steamy is that in the middle of their heavy breathing, Heughan's character says, "Will you have me?" Oh, how could anyone turn away from that? But let's rewind a bit. Before the show even started production, Sam talked about how this exact scene was used for a read-through while they were looking for the perfect actor to play Claire's character. And when Heughan, along with Katrina Balfe, acted out the tense exchange, they just clicked. Even the director admitted their chemistry was off the charts. And Sam recalled that by the end of the scene, when Katrina was wrapped up in his arms, they both knew they'd brought the perfectly matched Jamie and Claire into existence. How romantic is that? What's even crazier is that their intimate moments never disappoint, even when their characters in the show meet after spending 20 long years apart. Basically, when Mrs. Fraser finally tracks down her husband after going back to his time again, she quickly rushes to the printing shop he works at. But get this, the moment Jamie sees her standing in front of him, he passes out. So much for a passionate reunion, am I right? But Heughan's acting in this scene is so honest, because even though his character isn't acting all macho, the fear in his eyes is saying one thing and one thing only. Can I still kiss you? And right before that long-awaited kiss, Jamie warns her saying, "I haven't done this in a very long time." It's a statement that carries so much. Not only does it reassure Claire he hasn't been fooling around with other women in her absence, but it also hints that maybe the magic these two had between each other has died. When they finally kiss, though, it's like a tidal wave unleashes, bringing back so many intense emotions that they even seem a bit scared. You see, neither of them has kissed anyone in a long time, and neither has experienced the same desire they shared with each other with anyone else. So at that moment, it's like they slowly get back into their old rhythm, one step at a time. This intimate scene made us truly happy for the couple finding each other again, especially considering how sad it was for Jamie all those years he spent without Claire. The most heartbreaking moment being when he and Mary McNabb kissed. The thing is, after his wife goes back to her own time before the Battle of Culloden, Fraser experiences some very harsh times, and the war is just a small part of it. Safe to say that he becomes a mere shadow of his former self during those years of isolation. But in the middle of that darkness, a flicker of hope emerges. This is where Mary McNabb comes in. She visits the Highlander, bringing him a meal and her skills as a barber. But after she's helped him out, McNabb makes a move on him. Of course, Jamie, being the noble soul that he is, tries to send her away. But in a very touching scene, the lady assures him she doesn't want him to feel like he's betraying his long-lost wife. Heughan's acting makes this scene so gut-wrenching, because when his character finally kisses Mary, a tear rolls down his face as he realizes he'll never see his wife again or experience the kind of connection he had with her. All he can do is experience this fleeting moment with a woman he barely knows and find some comfort while life throws him a bone after a really long time. As gloomy as this scene is, there have also been other instances when Heughan showed us his range in romantic roles, when he starred as an actual prince in a 2011 movie. You see, before the actor was riding away into the sunset with Claire in Outlander, he was sneaking in some late-night smooching with Jules Daly in A Princess for Christmas. In this movie, Sam's character Ashton is clearly head over heels in love with an ordinary girl who doesn't exactly fit into his family's shiny balls and weird customs. But the prince doesn't seem to mind that, because he's really into her smart but funky style. And he even breaks up with his supposed girlfriend a night before an important ball, just so he can spend some more time with Jules. Fast forward to the night of the ball, though, after he sees Daly standing in the ballroom wearing the most beautiful dress ever, he sweeps her away for a classic Disney-style dance, where the couple can't take their eyes off of each other even for a second. But after the dance ends and Jules realizes she's developing feelings for a man who's taken, she rushes off to a dark corridor. Prince Ashton isn't ready to let her go that easily, though. He catches up with her and then impulsively pulls her in for a kiss. Oh boy, it's just like a fairy tale. Both of them are shining under the moonlight, while the violin instrumental in the background makes the scene seem so grand. Even now, the actor manages to bring a certain magic to our screens when it comes to his relationship with Priyanka Chopra Jonas in the movie Love Again. Except this time, his character Rob Burns becomes the submissive boy, letting Mira Ray call the shots when she goes in for a kiss. The scene starts off pretty playful. While playing a friendly basketball match, they both get into some lighthearted trash talking, which is, let's face it, a casual flirting technique. It's obvious Mira has become super comfortable with him, and even Rob's kinda happy she's coming on to him a bit. But then the temperature soon rises when Ray proposes something to keep things interesting. Basically, if she wins, the couple would go back to Burns' place and Mira gets to have her way with him. The guy then obviously sees this as an invitation and moves closer to her. And before she's barely done telling him what happens if she loses, they both grab each other and kiss. I guess they both ended up winning here, am I right? So there you have it, from making a basketball match into a kissing spree with Mira in Love Again, to locking lips with Claire for the first time on the day of their marriage. These were Sam Heughan's best kissing scenes revealed.